Welcome back, students. In the previous lecture we have started with the electrodynamic field and we were dealing with the displacement current density, and we tried to understand the concept of JC bar and JD bar theoretically. Let's try to understand this concept mathematically also. Okay. Before proceeding to that, one more thing. For a medium with conductor and dielectric, if there is a mixed medium which consists of conductor as well as dielectric, both the term will come into the picture, JC bar plus JD bar. You already know JC bar can be written as sigma E bar plus JD bar can be written as dou D bar by dou T, D bar can be written as epsilon E bar, and finally we came to this particular step, sigma E bar plus dou by dou T of epsilon E bar. No doubt about it, this term of J bar is valid if a medium contains conductor as well as dielectric properties. Now if I just try to replace that dou by dou T by J omega, you might be knowing this according to the transforms which you have studied in the signal and system. So you can replace dou by dou T by J omega, so sigma A bar plus J omega epsilon E bar. So this is the thing which we got for J bar. Now this is the term corresponding to JC bar. I'll just try to write it down. This is the term related to JC and this is the term related to JD. If I wish to take a ratio of JC by JD, if I start taking a ratio of JC by JD, then it will become sigma E bar divided by J omega epsilon E bar, but I need to take a modulus. So modulus of that if I take, I will definitely remain with this certain entity, that is sigma upon omega epsilon. So ratio of JC upon JD is equal to sigma upon omega epsilon is also called loss tangent. Loss tangent. What it means, loss tangent value will give us a notification or give us an indication how much lossy the dielectric is. Let's take an example. The dielectric, ideal dielectric should be perfectly non-conducting in nature. Agreed? If that is so, that means conductivity should be zero. That conductivity of the medium should be zero. Absolutely. So if tan delta, it is also denoted by tan delta, loss tangent is denoted by tan delta. I'll just write it down here, tan delta. Okay, if tan delta is equal to 0, that means it's a perfect dielectric. If tan delta is equal to 0, that means ratio of sigma upon omega epsilon is almost equal to 0. That means JC is equal to 0, yes or no? Or JC should be very less than JD, because JC term corresponds to sigma. If sigma is 0, that means JC term will be absolutely 0 and JC will be less than JD, or we can say that JD is very greater than JC in case of dielectric. But in case of conductor, sigma value is very high. If sigma value is very high, that means what? This JC terms dominate. That means JC term is very greater than JD. That is sigma is very greater. So for conductor case, JC bar is very greater than JD bar, or sigma is very high. And for dielectric, JD bar is greater than JC bar and sigma is very less. So this loss tangent concept is very useful for us when if you wish to appear for certain examination, competitive examination, definitely this question will be asked. The loss tangent tan delta will give us an indication about how much lossy the dielectric is. So if we are talking about dielectric, tan delta almost should be equal to 0, or it should have very small value. Let's proceed further. This numerical we'll see in the later on stage, but first of all we'll try to see the practical approach for this displacement current density. Let's take an example. A conductor is taken and one conducting loop is formed. The loop name is S1 and current start flowing through this in this direction. Okay, and what I did, there is a capacitor in this loop and the current also passing through the capacitor. Now if this conducting loop is taken inside this conducting rod, definitely the current I will pass through it. Absolutely, if the path S1 is taken. Now what I am going to do, the same conductor I will take, but the path I am going to change, and now path is going through the capacitor. A path is going through the capacitor, and capacitor contains a dielectric which is non-conducting in nature. Remind this very well, that remember this thing, that dielectric material which we are going to use is paper. Take an example of paper or mica or whatever example you take, it's non-conducting in nature. Now the loop is same, but the path of the loop is S2, which is coming through this capacitor. So figure A and figure B. Now displacement current density, we define displacement current as ID is equal to JD bar dot DS bar. since I is equal to J bar dot ds bar, that you already know. So the displacement current will definitely equal to JD bar dot ds bar. Is it okay? Now if JD bar dot ds bar is equal to ID, I can replace JD by dou D bar by dou T dot ds bar. You can write it here, and this is our equation number 1. Let's try to prove it mathematically, that current always flow through the capacitor even though it is made up of non-conducting material, so the dielectric is made up of. Then we must know that displacement current is a result of time varying. Displacement current is always a result of what? Time varying electric field. A typical example of the current flowing through the capacitor when alternating voltage is applied. Absolutely, I need to apply alternating voltage through the capacitor, so if I wish that current should flow through it. So applying Ampere circuit law to the closed path L as shown in figure 1. So if I apply the closed circuit Ampere circuit law for this closed path as shown in figure, you already know it is H bar dot dl bar is equal to J bar dot ds bar is equal to I enclosed is equal to I. See, what is according to Ampere circuit law, we know that closed line integral of H bar dot dl bar is equal to I enclosed, but I enclosed is exactly equal to I, and I is equal to J bar dot ds bar for a path S1, where I is the current flowing through the conductor and S1 is the flat surface bounded by length capital L. Is it okay? So the first thing is clear. Then if we use a balloon shaped surface passing through the capacitor plate S2, so if I am talking about this balloon shaped surface which is passing through the capacitor S2, you can say that H bar dot dl bar is equal to J bar dot ds bar, I enclosed is equal to 0, since it's a non-conducting in nature. Since no current flows through S2, this is contradictory in the view of the fact same closed path L is used. What I mean to say is, same closed path L is used, but now instead of setting a path S1 like this, I have just set a path to it, but it has become 0 according to our convention. But this is contradictory. This is contradictory. We must know that this is contradictory to the case that current actually flows through the capacitor. If that is the case, we need to include a displacement current in the Ampere circuit law, and that's how this term JD bar comes into the existence, and Maxwell's included this term. So the total current density should not be equal to just JC bar, it should be JC bar plus JD bar. It should be JC bar plus JD bar if we are talking about time varying nature. If we are talking about static fields, that is static electric or magnetic field, no need to take into account JD bar, since their derivative always tends to 0 for a constant. In equation 1, JD bar is equal to 0, so the equation remains. In equation number 1, if I put this C, in this equation number 1, if I put JD bar is equal to 0, then what I will get? I will get that JC in equation 2, JC bar equal to 0 shows that so equation remains valid. I will repeat this. The total current density JC bar plus JD bar. In equation 1, JD bar is equal to 0, so equation remains valid. In equation 2, JC bar equal to 0 shows that H bar dot dl bar, still it is JD bar dot ds bar, still it is equal to I. So we obtain same current for either displacement or conduction. So try to understand this thing. So modified Ampere's law can be written as del cross H bar is equal to JC bar plus JD bar, which I have already explained to you in the previous lecture. And JC bar term is valid if we are talking about conductor case. JD bar term is valid if we are talking about dielectric or non-conducting material. Now let's solve certain numericals related to it. Okay, so before proceeding to it, certain things I will just revise, and then in the next lecture we'll talk about. See, the Maxwell has taken into the account Ampere circuit law. He has written extra term JD bar. So del cross H bar is not only equal to JC bar or simply J bar. Del cross H bar is equal to JC bar plus JD bar, where JC bar is conduction current density and JD bar is displacement current density. JC bar can be written as sigma into E bar, and JD bar can be written as dou D bar by dou T. We can replace D bar by epsilon E bar, and we have gone through the concept of loss tangent tan delta also, and tan delta value will tell us how much lossy the dielectric is. So right now we'll stop here. In the next lecture we'll try to solve those two numericals which are left, and then we will continue with the remaining points of unit number 4. So till then, happy learning and thank you very much.